Hi again. A fun fact before we begin, I can't swim and I'm scared of water. So I've convinced myself that, maybe in one of my past lives I drowned and died. That's why the phobia. Now imagine a man who dies 16 times just so humankind can live on a new planet. What kind of PTSD he might have? Hello everyone, welcome to Review Ranie, and today in this Royal Court of Cinema, we are going to dive into Mickey 17, which is a mind-bending adaptation of a book called Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton. Now, in the book, Mickey dies 6 times, and in this movie, he dies 16 times. That's one of the differences. I haven't read the book, but it's definitely on my wish list now after watching this movie. Directed by Bong Joon-ho, yes, the guy behind Parasite, The Parasite. This movie features Robert Pattinson as Mickey Barnes, Naomi Ackie as Nasha, and Mark Ruffalo as Kenneth Marshall, and of course there are other actors too. Now Mickey Barnes is an orphan with a troubled past. His orphanage friend Timo suggests that they take out a loan and start a macaron shop because apparently macarons are going to do better than burgers. Unfortunately, the business flops, and now, with loan sharks after them, they decide to flee not the city, not the country, but the planet Earth. Enter Kenneth Marshall, a failed US politician who, after losing 2 elections, decides to colonize a new planet and make it a pure planet. Mickey, with his extremely low self worth and zero skills, signs up as an expendable on this expedition. Matlab someone who's willing to sacrifice his life just so humankind can live on this planet and infest it. His job? Die. Just so scientists can study how not to die on this new planet. So each time he dies, they toss him into a recycle bin and print out a fresh version with his memories intact. Does that make death less painful for him? I like that the first time he loses his hand and dies, after he comes back to life, he looks at his own hand with renewed curiosity and appreciation. It made me think how much we take our bodies, our blessings, and even our very existence for granted. So, on this new journey, Mickey meets Nasha, who loves him and stays by his side through his deaths and rebirths. Even when he's clingy, even when his newly printed version is difficult to understand, and Mickey always wonders why. It actually shows how he looks at himself, unworthy of love, good for nothing, even as meat for wild creatures on this new planet. And how others treat him is a clear reflection of how he looks at himself, which is insignificant despite his sacrifices. Even his name has been reduced from Mickey Barnes to Mickey 1, Mickey 2, Mickey 3, and so on. Just another lab rat in this experiment. The film throws us into the deep end as Mickey goes through this brutal cycle of death and rebirth without questioning anyone or expecting anything big in return. But wait, things get crazier when another Mickey shows up. Tan tan tan. Double trouble, double existential crisis. They both fight each other for survival because now death will mean permanent deletion for one of them. ऊपर ऊपर से देखा जाए तो it's a sci-fi film, but if you dig deeper, it's an existential drama and a beautiful love story. Mark Ruffalo as Kenneth Marshall reminds me of Trump. Yes, the same guy who made fun of Bong Joon-ho's Parasite after it won at the Oscars. Right from his childish ideas, his tantrums, his temper, his pure planet obsession, to treating women as breeding machines. The way he talks with that pout, even his assassination, or even the press the button scene. तो बहुत ही interesting है movie. And unlike his previous movies like Parasite and Okja, this one is way too wild. But just like those movies, it's grounded in human truths. It feels like a glimpse into a recognizable future because the movie talks about climate change, exploring a new planet, colonizing it, 3D human printing, or the human tendency of dominating and infesting any planet they land on. By the way, the planet they are on in this movie is called Niflheim, which translates to world of mist. In Norse mythology, it's basically a cold, dark, misty place, an afterlife for those who die an unremarkable, ordinary death. Fitting, isn't it? It's the second week of this movie, and if you can still catch a show, please do not miss it. I loved it even more than Parasite. And if you've already watched it, drop your thoughts in the comment section. I could talk about this film forever, but I'll stop for now. Don't forget to like and share this video to help it reach more people, and do hit subscribe so you never miss my next review. और हाँ, जाते जाते आई स्टार्टेड टू न्यू सीरीज ऑन नेटफ्लिक्स, डब्बा कार्टल और स्नो पियर्सर। बॉन्ग जून हो की नहीं मिल रही थी तो सीरीज से काम चला रही हूँ। इट हैज़ 3 सीजन्स एंड आई एम वॉचिंग करेंटली वॉचिंग द फर्स्ट सीजन। आप लोग क्या देख रहे हैं, और इफ़ यू हैव एनी रिकमेंडेशंस फॉर मी, डू शेयर। बाय।